Today on Real Talk with Zeb, I got 93-8 in the amateurs, 14-0 as a professional, 9 knockouts, 2 national titles in the amateurs. Malik, Iceman, Hawkins on Real Talk with Zeb today, man. We up here in Upton, man. I appreciate it.
No, I appreciate you for having me, man.
Let's jump right into it, man. I know the format. I always like to start out where people are from and how life growing up in Baltimore, man.
I mean, from the west side of Baltimore, for real, West Baltimore. Grew up right here on Pennsylvania Avenue. Actually, both my parents from West Baltimore. Mother from Park Heights, father from right down where we at right now on Pennsylvania Avenue. Growing up, it was, I ain't gonna say I had a rough childhood, but it was tough. But I still had fun during my childhood.
When did you take up boxing? Because it was, I believe, around 7 to 9?
Yeah, I was 9 and a half.
9 and a half.
Yeah, I was 9 and a half.
Now, what led you to Upton at the time? Because from what I hear, it was, getting into it on the street.
Yeah. Actually, growing up, I was a new kid on the block when I first moved right here. I just used to always get bullied a lot, especially going to a new school. People, they just wanted to try me and everything. And it's not just one person at a time. It would be about 3, 4, 5 guys. So my mama brought me to the gym just to learn how to really defend myself. And I wasn't really taking boxing serious. I was just learning how to defend myself. And I used boxing, just to get back at everybody that was bullying me. So, and it just took off from there.
Yeah, from what I heard, I want to know if it's true or not. During the time you were playing other sports, in the sport of football.
Yeah.
Got to an altercation.
Yeah.
You kind of knocked somebody out.
Yeah,
and that led you back into to Upton.
Definitely. Like you said, I was playing football. Got into a small altercation on the field. Punched somebody right through their face mask. Broke his nose. And I just said, forget football. I'm going back to boxing. And I came back here. Coach Kenny and Cal, they said, just give me 1 year strong. And that just led to me winning my first national championship.
Now talk about that, the road to winning that first national championship.
It was hard. It wasn't, well, I'm not gonna say it was hard, but it was difficult, but it was fun too. Because, I always had the talent, but I never really had that belief in myself, as a kid, because I still wanted to be a kid, grow up, go outside, have fun and everything, so I wasn't really in the gym like that. And Kenny and Calvin, they always believed in it. They said, it's going to take time. They always was on my back. But, I never really believed in myself until that time when I said, forget football. I'm going back to boxing. Came back in, won the state championship, won the regional championship. I'm like, oh, I might can do this for real. Get all the way to the nationals, and I won the whole thing.
Now, at that point, did it click in you, I think I can do this as a profession?
Yeah, definitely. It really hit me when I started getting older. When I really started getting about 16, 17, because that's when I started, being able to fight grown men, and I'm hurting grown men. So I'm like, oh, I might really be able to turn professional with this. And Calvin and Kenny, they started talking to me about, you're gonna have to get ready to make that transition in a few years. So I wasn't really thinking about it for real at that time, because I was still amateur. I was thinking about the Olympics and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. Did you even, before you turned pro, did you have any goals of heading towards the Olympics or not really?
I wanted to try.
Was it a timing thing?
No, it wasn't that. I just felt as though it was more about politics for real. I felt as though they already had who they wanted to go. So that's why I turned professional.
That's a great point that you say that. Do you feel that they have certain people already in mind?
Yeah, me come as a fighter and people, and I've been around the tournaments and stuff like that. Yeah, I feel as though they already know where they want to go. So it is what it is.
Do you feel at the time in the averages it was because of all the tattoos and stuff?
No. But sometimes like I said, they just already know where they want to go.
Yeah, because the reason I asked that was because the word you used was politics.
Yeah. Sometimes they just know where they want to go. Like it could be this dude right here been winning about 13 national championships, and they want him to go. But here come another dude that don't got one national championship, and he come through and beat the dude that got all the national championships, and they still want him to go.
Now, I want to go back a little bit, go back to the early years. Talk about you and Tank and the wars. I heard the wars get so intense. Now, I want to know if this is true. I have to find out if this is true or not. It got so intense that they actually had to bring some football helmets for y'all. Is that true?
Yeah, because it's not like with me and him growing up, it wasn't just boxing. It was fighting. Period. Coach Calvin, they would say, go light, go light, go light. It'll be like that for the first 30 seconds. But if he hit me hard or I hit him hard, it's out going light is out the door. It's full out war now.
No, I say iron sharpens iron, man. So it's crazy, man. There's some hitters up here, man. So it's like you gotta go to war every day up in here.
We don't go to war here.
Well, you know what I mean? Just train hard, not like trying to knock each other out, but really just going at it to better each other.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I gotta ask you, man. I'm gonna go back a little bit. I actually want to start with this now. 4th of July, 2002, Park Heights. That day probably changed your life forever. That day.
Yeah, definitely.
Talk about that, man, and the loss of your brother on that day.
Actually, 4th of July. I was in the bed. I was in the bed asleep. I was about 5, 6 years old, and it was about 12 o'clock. It was about 12 o'clock in the morning. And all I know is I hear my father yelling, kick my door down. Get up, we gotta go to the hospital. So I jumped up out the bed. I'm thinking I'm in trouble. I'm thinking I did something. I don't even know what I did. So I put my clothes on. My other 2 sisters put their clothes on. My mother putting her clothes on. Everybody meet downstairs, we get in the car, we drive to the hospital. I'm sitting in the car with my 2 sisters, my mother and my father, they leave out, they go in there. So I'm just looking around, I'm like, what's going on? Actually, you know, my father comes out, he zapping out, going crazy, busting windows, doing everything. My mother come out holding her face crying. So as a kid, I'm just like, dang, daddy going off. Like he zapping out for real, but I'm laughing the whole time.
Not knowing.
So the next day, I always, in the morning, with my brother there, I go downstairs, jump on his bed, you know, play with him, wake him up and everything. He used to always get mad at me. But that's my brother. I love my brother to death. I jump downstairs, jump on his bed, now right there. So I go upstairs, my mother go back upstairs, my mother laying in the bed, holding this picture. So I'm like, Mom, where Dominique at? She said, gone. I'm like, gone where? She said, he not here no more. So I'm like, what that mean? She said, Malik, he did. So I'm like, for real? So I just left out. Cause I didn't really, didn't really register. Like I didn't really understand what that meant. A couple days go by. About a day before the funeral, I'm like, oh, where's my brother at? My father really sat down and explained it to me. But it didn't hit me until the funeral. When I get to the funeral, I just see him laying there. That's when all the tears and everything get to coming out. And since then on, I was out the chain. For real.
How hard was it to go through that process, man? And
I mean,
did you ever get help behind that?
I mean, my mother, she tried to get me help and everything, but not professional help. She wanted to get me people that's close to me to come to, to try to relieve my pain and relieve my stress and everything like that. But it wasn't working. So as I'm getting old, I'm getting into more trouble and everything like that. And, You know, it was a point where actually my mother actually thought I was gonna die.
In the streets?
Yeah, my mother actually thought I was gonna die. My father thought the same thing. Cause you know, I was getting into too much trouble hanging around wrong dudes and stuff like that. So, but
during that time, was you still talking about with the 1 foot in, 1 foot out in the gym? Now, during that time, like you said, with the 1 foot in, 1 foot out in the streets, did Coach Ellis and Coach Calvin come to you with a serious talk? Be like,
yeah, they definitely came. They definitely came to me and said, Malik, you can't have 1 foot in the gym and 1 foot in the streets. Because actually one of my cousins that used to train here, his name was Angelo Wood, he was doing the same thing. He got killed. My gym mates here that trained here, Ronald Gibbs, we used to I looked at him as a big brother. Everybody here looked at him as a big brother. Me, Tank, Truck, all of us looked at him as a big brother. He got stabbed for defending his sister.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that.
So he wanted me to, they actually pulled me in the office. They said, Malik, you cannot have 1 foot in the gym and 1 foot in the street. It's not gonna work. They said, because if you got 1 foot in the streets and 1 foot in the gym, them people come in here and they keep waiting for you to come outside and y'all will do something stupid. Then you wind up getting killed or you going to jail. And we're gonna be hurt behind that.
Now, situations like that, did it become tough for you knowing that I might have to cut some people off, man, that I feel don't have my...
I mean, no, not really. No, it's not. It wasn't tough for me because I knew they wanted the best for me. Yeah, it wasn't tough. It definitely wasn't tough because I know that my coaches, they always got the best interest in their heart for me. So it definitely wasn't hard.
Now, let's talk. I want to talk about experience that you had. Roy Jones coming to Upton.
Yeah. Talk
about that experience and what that meant for you, and what knowledge did you gain from Roy when he came here?
I mean, that experience was crazy, to be honest, because it's like, dang, I got Roy Jones here, somebody that I used to play with on fight night. I used to always use Roy Jones on fight night, so for him to actually be here in the city and I had the opportunity, you know, to work with him, it was a blessing. And some things that I learned from him, you know.
Yeah, what's the thing that stuck with you the most that you learned?
I know, just having fun.
Having fun?
Yeah, just having fun, doing what you love to do, but always stay serious though.
Who was your favorite boxer growing up?
My favorite boxer always was Tommy Hearns.
Tommy Hitman Hearns.
Yeah, actually, I used to jab a lot. I never really watched boxing until, you know, Kenny put me on. Coach Kenny put me on. And the first fighter that he showed me was Tommy Hitman Hearns. I think when he fought Roberto Duran. And he hit him with that.
Now, that's funny that you say that. Now that you really, with Coach Ellis telling you that, are you now studying the old boxing?
Yeah, that's all I look at. I don't watch nobody new. I mean, I like a lot of new fighters, but I don't watch. I like to watch old fighters.
What would you say the best era in boxing?
This one.
This one.
Mm-hmm. This one.
Even with the eras, with the Sugar Rays, the Robertos, the Hagler Hearns, that was a tough era.
You can make more money. Make more money this era. Yeah.
But definitely the game, it definitely changed.
Yeah, it definitely changed.
Floyd changed the game.
Yeah, it definitely did. He definitely did.
Speaking of that, is that tough? What Floyd did that the fighters now don't want to get that one loss, man. It seems like.
I mean, sometimes. I don't know. I don't know. I know that I work too hard to lose, so I'm not even thinking about that.
Yeah.
I go in there. I got the mentality like, I don't care what you do, but I'm gonna win.
Now I gotta talk. I talked to Coach Calvin about this.
Mm-hmm.
He said it's gonna happen. World title in Baltimore. Would you like to be a part of something like that?
Of
man?
course.
Yeah.
Of course. You know, being on a big stage like that. Of course.
How important would a world title be to the city of Baltimore, man, to have something like that in your own backyard and have, like, let's say undercard, a lot of the fighters on the undercard?
I mean, it would mean a lot. It would mean a lot to the city, you know, because, you know, just to shed more light on us, to let the whole world know that we doing something good here. Like, we not just killing and robbing and selling drugs and stuff like that. So it definitely mean a lot to the city.
Yeah, what's your thoughts, just jumping off subject a little bit, man, the recent loss of Nipsey?
Oh man, that's crazy. That's real crazy, for real. You know, they did that man wrong. Like, that's somebody that you let, like, he was in that man's circle. No, he wasn't even in that man's circle, but y'all, you get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? They was from the same neighborhood and everything like that. And he kindly asked you to leave, and you going to do that man wrong like that in front of his daughter and his place of business? Come on, man. That's not even right.
Does that ever come in your back of your mind sometimes, as the more you move up and elevate in your city?
Because I was already
elevating your city.
Yeah, I was already moving silently and everything, but now I'm more cautious and more aware of the things that's around me and people that's around me, and I just watch everybody now, because like that happening to him, it just make you more cautious now.
Now I want to go back to an incident that happened here that a lot of people around the country eyes focus on. The Freddie Gray incident.
Yeah.
During that time, there was a lot of tension in the city.
Yeah.
And on the day of the uprisings, take me back to that day for you. Do you remember where you were on that day?
Yeah. Actually, I was in the house when everything first started. I was in the house when everything first started. Actually, I remember a couple of my homeboys actually said they was going up Mondana. I'm like, for what? Like, everybody going up there, come on, let's go. I'm like, nah, I don't feel like going. Next thing you know, I see everybody on the news. A couple of my homeboys on the news. Actually, the boy that got beat up by his mother up there, I know him.
Stop playing.
Yeah, I know him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know him. His name Mike. Yeah, I know him. So, then I came to the gym, wound up coming to the gym. And another thing that happened about the Freddie Gray riots, actually I got hit by one of the police.
On that day?
Yeah, actually a couple days later. A couple days later when when you couldn't come outside at a certain time and everything.
Yeah.
I was on my way home.
See, a lot of people don't know, man. It was like military zone up there, the National Guard, everything was.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Guns out, everything.
Everybody was out. I mean, every type of police you could think about was out.
Was out there during that time. During that time, right after that, how did the city change in your opinion?
I mean,
did you start moving different?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely had to start moving different because it kind of make you not want to trust police. That's what it kind of made me not want to do. Because, you know, they did that to that man and everything. But I know a few police, and they cool as a fan. But sometimes you just, I don't know if I want to go, if I don't want to shake his hand or not.
Yeah.
Because you don't know. But hey, it's sad what happened to him, but hey, we still got life to live.
Now I gotta ask you this, big dog. Your name, Iceman. I heard.
Yeah, that was my mind. That was my mind.
Sipping old fofo.
yeah, that was my mind. That definitely was my mind. I used to know all his songs, you know, growing up as a kid. Actually, one of the dudes that's training in here right now, he the one that gave me that name.
Yo, for real?
Yeah, he the one that gave me that name.
Oh,
he's like Lil Paul, he's like Lil Iceman. Iceman.
And for people that don't know, man, like I talked the truck, right? His thing was if he smiled in the ring, it's over.
Yeah.
I heard the thing for you when people say it's freezer time. Yep. It's freezer time. It's time to work. You don't care if you taking hits, anything. You try to destroy your.
Yeah, that's all. I hear that slow. Oh yeah, it's go time. I don't care what you do. If you hit me and you don't kill me, that's a problem for you. And the worst thing you could do is draw blood from me. That's bad
that's
for
your
you.
thing. That's
bad for you. If you draw blood from me, that's way bad for you. Cause I'm telling you, I was spawned one time. I'm gonna tell you this incident that happened. I was spawned one time, and the dude, I never had a nosebleed ever. This dude hit me. Boom! Bust my nose. Oh yeah, you bust my nose? Oh yeah, it's on now. Yeah.
Freeze time came out?
Yes, sir.
Did they have to stop it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, you ain't playing that.
Yeah. That's what I told him. That's the worst thing you could do is draw blood from me. But hey,
that's the only time. That's the only time in the smart. Now you mean tell me all the wars you gonna ever take? Ain't that?
Nah. I mean, I had a busted lip and everything.
Yeah.
Busted lip. He done had a busted lip. But nah, man. We some animals. Animals, man.
And that's the one thing about from what I'm seeing here up there, man, the closeness of everybody. It seems like y'all been around together since kids.
Yeah, I remember when Truck first came in the gym. He was little as I don't know what, but he always had that playful mindset. That's what I liked about him. But actually, me and Truck when I won my national, he won his with me. Yeah, that's my little brother, man. I love that kid, man.
That's what's up, man. Let me ask you, man, because one of the things Coach was talking about, man, was making Upton like a hub for boxing, man. That people come all around, man. And this gonna be the spot.
Yeah, I mean that'd be great. We definitely need to do it. Definitely need to do it.
Let me ask you, man. One of the things that I saw, like with Truck the last time I was here, him working with the kids, man. Man, he was going hard, man. Yeah. Do you do that with the youngsters?
Yeah. We do that when we, sometimes when we want to work on our defense, or we just feel like messing around with the kids, to help them get better and stuff like that. Because we know that it's nobody at their age that's going to be on our level. So if they can get in there and they can hit us, they can be able to hit. They're gonna be able to hit somebody that's 8, 9, 10 years old. So.
I want to go back to this here. What would you say is the toughest thing you had to deal with in your life, and how did you overcome it?
Toughest thing I ever had to deal with in my life, besides the death of my brother.
Would you say that was the biggest?
That, getting arrested for real. Yeah, getting arrested. Cause they really was talking about taking my freedom away from me as a juvenile. So, I
think Coach talked about that, man. He said, man, stuff you done been through, man. He said he would have quit.
Yeah.
He said, but you stuck through it.
Yeah. I was in a bad situation with a promoter. He was going to put me on the shelf. I was on the shelf before my last fight, almost a year. So that's another bad situation that I had to overcome. A lot of fighters, they would have just, went to the streets or went and got a 9 to 5. But I stayed prayed up. Always had faith in my coaches, had faith in my manager, Everett McNally, and we made it happen.
I want to talk about something, man. You had a daughter.
Son.
No, oh, that's right. Getting
son.
You had a son. How did life change for you after the birth of your son?
Oh, it just make you appreciate your life more, because now that you're not living just for you now. You're living for your son.
Does life choices become that much more important to you? Like, if I do this can affect the situation I have with my son.
So that's like if I go outside and they would just, because I always go with my gut instinct. If my gut tell me don't go outside, I'm not gonna go outside. Because one time, my gut told me don't go outside, and I didn't go out. I didn't go outside, and it was a shooting that happened right outside my door. So I always go with my gut instinct.
I want to go back. We actually move forward. 14-0, 9 KOs.
Yeah, yes,
What's been your toughest fight up to this point?
My toughest fight was actually when I fought for the belt. When I fought for my belt. When I fought against Raymond Serrano. He was tough, you know, especially, you know, that was my first time going 10 rounds as a professional. You know, as a professional, I always sparred 10 rounds, but I never actually fought 10 rounds. But you know, I had to overcome some challenges in that fight. You know, I got cut under my eye, but I still endured. Still went the distance. Still won unanimously, and you know, made it do what it did.
Now, I gotta ask you, man, do you feel certain fighters avoiding you? The reason I say that, going back, because there was a couple of times you were supposed to have like a title shot, and I think the guy backed out.
Yeah.
I think about 2 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for another man.
Yeah.
I can't really speak for another man. All I know is we get names, and my coach telling me, do I want to fight him? It's either yes or no. And I say yes, it's go time. That's what we're preparing for.
Talk about Coach Calvin and Coach Kenny.
Oh man, them two right there. I don't know what it is about them. Kenny, that's my guy. Kenny, that's my guy. Calvin, that's my guy too. But Kenny, oh my God. It's like with Kenny, he always early for something. Like he gotta be early. Calvin, he wanna be there like right on time. But Kenny, but their relationship, I got so much respect for their relationship because they respect each other. If this person doing something, the other one not gonna try to interfere with that. If he doing something, he not gonna try and interfere with that. So I got so much respect for him, and you know, like they raised numerous champions from out of this gym. Me being one of myself, Tank being one, Truck being one. So
yeah, he raised everybody from the crib on up out here, man.
Yeah.
So he doing great things here. Let's talk about the welterweight division, man.
Yeah.
In the welterweight, you know, the top five, they got Earl Spence Jr., Terrence Crawford, Manny, Keith Thurman, Sean Porter.
Mm-hmm.
Could you see yourself in fighting one of these on the list one day?
Yeah. I definitely can see myself fighting one of them. And when the right time. At the right time. I'm not just going to, you know, throw myself out there just because everybody want to see it.
Yeah.
But
people don't understand you gotta build up the fight, build up the fights, get experience in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a couple years down the line, pay-per-view money. You want that pay-per-view money? You ain't gotta get busted up and not get the pay-per-view money.
If I get busted, I need to be going to the bank after that.
Yeah, exactly. For the tough fights, but you know how people are on social media and everything. They want the fights to happen now, but yeah,
money gotta be right first on both sides.
Who would you say is the best pound per pound fighter today, right now? Because Truck said Canelo.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
You think so?
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah, I like Canelo.
He ain't your normal Mexican fight. He kind of fight like a brother to me. For real? He fight like a brother. Oh, but you would definitely say him.
Yeah, I definitely like Canelo.
Now, as far as history-wise, who do you think is the best pound? Floyd. What's your thoughts on Floyd?
What you mean?
Now, as far as a promoter and what he's doing to really give back to boxing, man, because he was a part of it. Now he's promoting young fighters and bringing them up along in the game.
Oh yeah, I like what he's doing. You know, especially coming from somebody that was actually in the sport not too long ago and that know the ins and outs of the sport. And now he's trying to, you know, uplift younger fighters and stuff like that.
And not take advantage of it, man.
So
in the past, you saw a lot of that in boxing.
Yeah, I definitely like what he's doing.
Now, do you see yourself doing something like that with your own promotion or
Yeah, down the line.
Down the line.
Yeah, down the line.
Everything is a process.
Yeah. Trust the process.
Now, what's the one thing you think people would be surprised about you?
That I like to get gutty. I like fighting on the inside.
You like the inside?
Yeah, I like fighting. I I was raised around nothing but short people. I grew up around nothing but short people that like to fight on the inside. So growing up, I had to fight on the inside. That's why I'm so good at fighting on the inside. I can fight on the outside if I want to, but I like being a dog and fighting on the inside for real.
Now I noticed, man, you got a lot of tats. Out of all of them, man, what would you say is the one that mean the close to the most to you? Because there's probably several that got real significant meanings to you, but what's the one that really?
My first one, it's my brother nickname. His name Nico. That's my brother nickname.
Damn, that's his brother.
Yeah, right there.
That's what's up, man.
Then, you know, I got my mother initials and everything. Got the boxing gloves and everything. But my first one, that's the one that mean the most to me.
Now I heard you got that at what, 14?
Yeah.
How the hell did they have you work?
I mean, actually, you know, me and my mother, I told her I wanted to get a tattoo.
Yeah.
But she said, nah, you're not getting no tattoo at this age. But I knew if I get something that meant something, she wasn't gonna be against that for real. So I snuck and went and got my brother's name and I showed it to her probably like 2 days later. I ain't show it to her right after the break. So I showed it to her. She like, where you get that? Like 2 days ago. She was like, don't get no more. And I just kept getting tattoos.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That.
Kept getting tattoos after tattoos. Like, it was to a point I was getting tattoos about every week. Like,
is it addictive?
Man, when you light skin, yeah. You light skin. Yeah, when you light skin. But,
when did you get the one with the boxing gloves?
Oh, I think I was in like the 9th or 10th grade. It was one of them two. But I remember when I first got it, I took a picture and I was flexing like this. I thought I was so tough. Man, it was crazy. But yeah, I had to be about 9th or 10th grade. Yeah.
9th grade.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's up, man. Now, I'm gonna ask you this, man, because I know you already probably envisioned this day, man. Paint me a picture of the day you win a world title, man.
Oh my God.
Do you know the fight song you want to come into? You know what you wear that day?
Man.
Have you envisioned that?
Yeah, I definitely did. I'm playing, oh my God.
What would be the fight song?
The fight song? What's it called? Bird Flu, my little scooter. Yeah, Bird Flu, let them know I'm from Baltimore.
You gotta I see you got the Oreo. I see the Oreo.
Yeah, do the dance and everything when I walk out. Yeah. But I win. As soon as I win, I ain't gonna lie, I probably do a backflip in that or something. I ain't gonna stunt. But that's gonna be crazy though. I might cry. Yeah, I might cry. But hopefully I won't. Hopefully I can stay hard up a little bit, stay composed and everything. Nah. But hey, if I cry, they just tears of joy for her.
Who's you always hear about the legendary fights. Who's that fighter you want to have that legendary fight with?
Tommy Hearns.
If you go back in time, you would want to have that.
Yeah, for real. Cause that's the one I want to know who had a better right hand with me. Cause my right hand vicious. I know mine vicious. This is how I knew, but I knew his was vicious when he hit Roberto Duran with it. Nigga, boom. I was like, cause that's who I really learned how to throw my right hand from. Watching Tommy Hearns and everything. Well, yeah, it'd definitely be Tommy Hearns.
Now, out of the fighters today, who do you see yourself going to battle with?
All of them.
All of them. Doesn't matter.
It don't really matter. I don't fear no man that breathe just like I breathe and that bleed like I bleed. Well,
what's life after boxing for you?
Starting my own business. Hopefully, my own promotional company. You know, try to help young fighters and everything. But if not, I'm gonna be owning this gym right here, running this gym.
Cause if I'm not mistaken, like at one time, a point you had like interest in computers.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I want to be a technician on computers and everything.
You know, because one of the things Nipsey did was that technology center. He was actually Actually, I think it's about to start building on today. Could you see something like that, knowing that you had an interest in computers, like setting up something like that up here in Baltimore for the youth?
Yeah, definitely. And if not that, I could you know, possibly go into carpentry and everything. Yeah, because I done built numerous chairs. I can build a door if I want to. I can build anything for real. Actually, when I went to school for carpentry, I think the biggest thing I built was a boat.
Dang!
Yeah, a boat. So, that was nice. That was real nice.
Well, that's what's up, man. Then let me ask you, man, as we wrapping things up here today, man, once again, I really appreciate your time, man, coming on Real Talk with Zeb.
Thank you.
Man, as always, man, I got number love for B-More, man. I can't get no stories in my city, man, but hey, man, B-More always show me love, man. I love coming up here, man, because they always show love, man. But as we're wrapping things up, man, what do you want people to know about Malik Iceman Hawkins, man?
You know, I've always been a genuine person. I'm going to speak my mind. You know, that's always that. You know, just to always, you know, put God first. Always put God first and have faith and believe in yourself.
Speaking on that, man, faith and believing in yourself. Who do you fight for?
I fight for my kid. Definitely fight for my kid, because I want my son, you know, to grow up knowing that he can do whatever he wants if he put his mind to it and he believe that he can do it. If my son come to me, because his birthday is tomorrow, he be 2. So when he's 16, he come to me saying, I want to be president. Okay, what you gonna do to be president? If he believe that he can do that, that's all I want. I want him to believe that he can do whatever he wants.
Man, I really appreciate your time, man. Coming on Real Talk with Zeb, man, and good luck on everything. I know you're gonna be a champion. That's no question about that.
Thank you.
Man, I'm just glad to be a part of this in the beginning, man, and of the journey, man. And I really appreciate your time today, man.
Nah, thank you.
Respect, big up.
Yes, sir.
Real Talk with Zeb, Malik Iceman Hawkins, the future champ. Up next. They don't want that right. They do not want that right. We out.